is the Gurukul system of education, where Mohan Bhagwat said, and I quote, "Gurukul education should be integrated into the mainstream, not replaced. Gurukul education is not about going and living in an ashram, but learning about the nation's traditions. All the information should be given to children about the past so that pride can be instilled." Now, what is or what was Gurukul education? It dates back to perhaps the Vedic period and thereafter, where students lived with their teacher in an ashram or a forest hermitage. So it was a distance and in-person university, huge ones, which were run by one particular teacher, Rishi, sage. Now, education encompassed Vedic learning, including mathematics, astronomy, medicine, arts, and physical training. Emphasis was placed on discipline, humility, respect, self-reliance, and service to society, or the Seva Bhav. Students participated in daily chores around the Gurukul, including cooking, cleaning, gathering firewood. So maintenance, upkeep, this inherent aspect of Swachhata was instilled in them. Guru to Shishya, guidance was provided not just in academics, but also in moral and spiritual growth. It was based on oral tradition or Shruti, including memorization, recitation, and discussion, strengthening critical thinking. The word Upanishad, come sit here and listen, started from this practice itself. Now, another aspect for a cultural revival that Mohan Bhagwat raised was the learning of Sanskrit. He said, and I quote, "I am not in favor of making Sanskrit compulsory, but it is important to understand the country. And if you want to understand your tradition and know Bharat, knowledge of Sanskrit is very important. We shouldn't rely on translations, as many have errors. In order to access the original sources, learning Sanskrit is necessary." Now, why is the impetus on Sanskrit? The RSS views Sanskrit as the living link to Bharat's ancient civilization, the actual roots of our nation. The RSS believes Sanskrit acts as a unifying linguistic thread. It also sees Sanskrit as a language of Hindu Dharma and the medium of Vedic knowledge, more importantly, even leading towards Vedanta, the Bhagavad, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and also the Bhagavatam. The RSS emphasizes that Sanskrit can rejuvenate Bharatiya arts, literature, and rituals. It sees it as a medium of cohesive cultural nationalism against Western dominance and highlights Sanskrit as a precise language with a potential in computational sciences. Mind you, the original first machine language based itself on Sanskrit because it is the most scientific language, the one that works most with this computer. That's the human brain.